What's up, guys? This is Alexander Pennecke, personal trainer and actor, bringing to you a circuit I like to use to get in shape for beach season. I know it's not here yet, but before you know it, it will be. So, for the circuit, you're going to want to do each exercise back to back to back to back without any rest. Once you get through the one cycle of the circuit, take 2 to 3 minutes rest depending on your, general level of fitness, and then go right back into the circuit again. Throughout the circuit, I have explanations for each exercise and captions that'll pop up, just like this, that say something along the lines of how many repetitions or how long you want to do each exercise. Other than that, feel free to hit subscribe. My subscribers are getting a little lonely down there all by themselves, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, guys and gals, first exercise to start this circuit off is step-ups. What you're going to want to do is grab a platform, a short platform, mine's about 1 foot tall, and just begin to walk 1 foot up, 1 foot down. You can get the arms involved a little bit, and you can swap, doesn't matter which foot comes up first, as I just demonstrated. So I'm walking, keeping tall, remembering to breathe. If that becomes too easy eventually, I can move on, progress to running onto the platform. Now, I suggest that you get used to the walking before you switch to this, but it can up the pace a little bit and get your heart rate up, just like what we were trying to do in the original exercise. So, I'm getting my arms involved, I'm breathing, I'm staying tall and relaxed. Finally, the third version. If that becomes more simple, or if you want to mix things up, this is the most advanced version. This is almost like a lunge step up, 1 foot down, 1 foot up. This takes a little while to get used to. It took me a little while for track, but once I did, I was able to pick up the pace, as you can see right there. Get your arms completely involved in the movement, breathing, relaxed, head up. And that'll wear you out. Okay, exercise 2 is single-armed row. So I'm going to go with my right arm first, grab a light weight I can do multiple repetitions with, set myself up just like this. This is the posture correcting exercise, or one of them. We all tend to have a bent-over, kyphotic posture, it's called, from sitting at our computer desks for multiple hours during the day. But what you're trying to do is just pull the shoulder blade, in this case the right one, for this side, towards the spine. All I'm focused on is doing that. My back, my neck, they're all in line, and I'm just pulling the shoulder blade towards the spine. This version's more for athletes. I wouldn't recommend it for most people. It's called a renegade row. But if you feel like you're up to it, give it a try. Get your feet wide, lean on the 2 dumbbells in the sort of plank position, and you're just rowing back. As you can see, I'm doing the same thing I did in the first version of this, pulling my shoulder blade towards my spine. And lastly, here's the third version, definitely way advanced, same thing as the renegade row, all I'm doing is throwing a push-up in between. So just to further expound on what I was talking about, as you can see there's a bar in the back, a metal bar. My shoulders pretty much remain in a straight line, kind of parallel with that metal bar in the back. I'm not hoisting my shoulders way off the ground, not twisting my torso if I can help it, and I'm doing so by just focusing on pulling the shoulder blades back towards the spine. For my next trick are hip thrusts. What you're going to want to do for those is put your hands and feet flat on a mat and just thrust your hips up toward the sky. That's it. You're working on your erector spinae of the lower back, your glutes, hips, and your quads. Once that becomes simple for you, here's version 2. Grab a workout ball, put your feet on top, hands flat, and same movement, hip thrust towards the sky. And you're just trying to maintain your balance on the ball. It's a little bit more challenging, so I suggest you get used to the first version before you move on. And you'll see more incorporation of the hamstring muscles of the leg. Here's an even more difficult version. You're trying to maintain that hip thrust. Once you're used to the hip thrust motion, you can incorporate a hamstring curl with the ball. Same thing. There's a thumbs up for you. And let's move on. Let's keep on going. This is the next exercise, squats. So my chest is up. I push my butt back. That's the first motion in this exercise. And as you can see, my knees don't ever cross my toes. So by pushing my butt back, it forces me into the proper form. So we're going to see it again, this time with weight. When that becomes too easy for you, you can move on to holding a plate. Again, butt goes back, chest stays up, I'm breathing, and this forces my knees back, keeps them from going over my toes. Also, make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart and that your heels don't come up off the ground. Keep them flat on the ground. So I'll show you one more time with the third version of this. This is called push press. You can thrust the dumbbells up towards the sky after coming up. Use your momentum. My butt goes back. My chest is still up. Same thing as the regular squat. And my feet are flat on the ground. There's a punch for you. So this is hand walks. Get in a push-up position. Straight line from your head to your toes. So keep your butt from going up in the air or from sinking down. All you're doing is moving back and forth in your hands. That's it. Back and forth. No push-up involved. This is the second version of that exercise. It gets a little bit more challenging. You're moving your feet. You're getting your feet involved. It takes a little bit of coordination, but over time you'll be able to do it. You're just going to go back and forth. Again, keep your butt from going up into the sky. Keep it from sagging down. And you'll be doing the exercise properly. This is the most advanced version. So, grab that platform again. Remember that? And you're just going to go up and down. Same thing. You can switch hands, just like I did there. And maintain that push-up form. It's the same form throughout the exercise. They just get more challenging. Final exercise, farmer's carry, is grab 2 light weights, keep your head up, and walk.